Hi Mea Culpa family, Dan from Mea Culpa Hobbies here again. I've already shown you the Blood Bowl 2020 set, but at the same time I've also picked up the new Necromantic team and their dice. So why don't we take a look at those as well. Now as you can see, the new Necromantic team that just came out the same day as Blood Bowl 2020 has been packaged in the new style box. Overall, I'm not a massive fan of the new style of art, but it's not too bad. It's fine. So let's crack open the plastic and see what we get inside. I suspect if you are already a Blood Bowl player or a Blood Bowl player, you know what to expect in this set. Generally speaking, we get the 2 sprues containing the teams duplicated, a couple of balls, a couple of tokens, couple of coins, and some instructions, and occasionally some decals. So, open her up, get the ubiquitous Blood Bowl bases. I don't really use the holes that are specially drilled on these bases, unlike other bases. That's the only thing that makes them different from standard bases, is that hole. I don't use them because they're supposed to plug the ball in, if you don't know, but I don't know. It makes leaving a hole on your base consistently doesn't make the team look great, I don't think. But beyond that, what else have we got in here? We have, as I suspected, the decal sheet, but everything in both black and white. We get some spider web, kind of bat wings, some kind of jack-o'-lantern-y faces, if you can see them there, all the different positions and numbers. And are those bats? Those are bats, yeah, pretty spooky. Shame this didn't get to us before Halloween, but well, hopefully I'll have it painted before next Halloween at the very least. And we've got all of those in both black and white, as you'd expect for Blood Bowl. And then we get our instruction booklet, very, very short, just 2 pages, and all of the different positions, their costs, their rules, in a variety of languages. But you know, it's what you expect from Blood Bowl. And then, like I said, we appear to get 2 of the same sprues. Now these are very nicely detailed sprues, I have to say. A plus is that they're not the coloured plastic that you get in the starter set of 2020 Blood Bowl. I'm really not a fan of trying to base coat bright red, or bright blue, bright green, bright whatever plastic, working up from a grey to a white or a black, depending on what your scheme is, seems much easier. My personal favourite is, you probably can't see him, maybe I'll cut to a smaller image of this crow here. He's the token that goes on, he's stood on a gravestone, but I wonder if I could find some special extra use for him, because it's a shame for him to sit on the side of the pitch all the time. He's really cool. Maybe you could guess that I like crows. I'm also happy to see a good werewolf. I've been looking at different models to do a werewolf conversion since Blood Bowl 16 came out. I finally found a couple that I was going to bash together, some bits from both Dungeons and Dragons but also Space Wolves. I was going to bash together to make a special werewolf to make this team out of other bits. Now I don't have to. I think these look much better than I could have ever done. And alongside this release, obviously, we get Spike. Spike has been really tough for me to get this time. Spike magazine being where you get lots of extra rules for these characters and a lot of fluff. I'm probably going to, as soon as I hit stop on this recording, hop onto eBay and see if I can find one somewhere, but it's been pretty tough. But I did manage to score the Necromantic team dice, which I'm a sucker for Blood Bowl dice. They seem to have fixed the distribution issues on these recently. Previously, they would always sell out straight away and you'd have to go to the secondary market. Some of the most rare sets go for, well, hundreds of pounds occasionally. And although I love them, I don't love them enough to pay hundreds of pounds for a set of dice. If you have viewed my storage solution for my teams, it's actually part of a larger video about how I make magnetic storage for all of my miniatures. You'll see that I stick magnets on the bottom of here so they can cling to my magnetic storage. I'm having trouble getting into this set, which I can't normally say I do. Blood Bowl fans bigger than me will leave these labels on. Personally, I prefer to take them off. I just find them a bit tricky. And I wish I had a couple of extra ones of these to accommodate the dice that came in the 2020 base set. I'll see if I can find some online. They're pretty much the same as the Necromunda set. Well, pretty much the same as most of the dice cubes that GW produce nowadays. The only difference being there's a Blood Bowl logo on the lid. I can live without that. But the dice themselves, actually, these are fantastic. I'm really glad I got these. They're kind of probably hard for you to see here, but they are half translucent, half opaque. Really good colours. These are very Halloween pumpkin colours. This is one of my favourite Blood Bowl dice sets I've seen, I've got to say. Inside, if you play Blood Bowl, you know what you're getting. You're getting a... Actually there, can you see if I hold it up to the light behind me? If you're a Blood Bowl player, you know what you're going to get in this set. There you're going to get your 3 block dice. You're going to get this little sucker, a D8. Is that a D8? D8, yep. And a D20. D16? D16? D16. You don't actually end up using a lot of these dice in the game. It's only really the block dice that you'll be using on a frequent basis. But you also get 2 D6. These are what differentiate. These are the only things that are molded differently, basically, between the different Blood Bowl sets. And this one you get a little spooky kind of jack-o'-lantern face, which is nice. I'm not in love with that design, but the actual colour of the plastic and the swirls in these dice are great. And people that know me will say that I'm kind of obsessed about dice. I have hundreds of different sets of all different shapes and sizes alongside my models, but these are great. A must buy if you're getting this team, honestly. And that's it for the Blood Bowl 2020 Necromantic Horror Blood Bowl team. It's a bit of a mouthful. I love them. Personally, I think a lot of these sculpts are kind of hit and miss, both on a personal level and actually in reality. It's hard to argue that these ghost sheets are particularly great. Seeing what GW have done recently with the ghosty things from Age of Sigmar, the Malignants, I think these probably could have been better. It's nice that they've got a bit of humour with the socks hanging off the washing line. I'm probably going to try and get rid of one set so we don't have 2 ghosts that look very similar. But I love the pumpkins as helmets these guys are rocking. And overall, it's just lovely to see one of my favourite teams in the game come back. All we really need now is a proper re-release of the Tomb Kings team, and maybe a Tzeentch team. I'd love to see the Tzeentch Chaos get a kind of representation in the game somewhere, just even a tiny bit. But I'm happy with these guys, and if you've seen the artwork on the GW site or online somewhere and you think they look cool, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with these. They're what you expect, and if you've ever bought a Blood Bowl team, it's pretty much what every one of them looks like. 2 sprues, a leaflet, some decals. It is what it is. But thanks for joining me today. I'm going to go get to work magnetising and sticking these guys together. So I've been Dan at Mea Culpa Hobbies. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Any of those really help the channel grow, and hopefully I'll see you next time on Mea Culpa Hobbies.